Moin, ich bin's wieder, Jahren, hier mit meinem Let's Play von aussieht, Investigations Prosecutor Path. Und beim letzten Mal ist erstmal der komplette Verdacht auf Dogen wieder zunichte gemacht worden. Sowieso. Ich hab auch seit ein paar Parts schon nicht mehr geglaubt, dass Dogen der Mörder ist. Von daher war das nicht wirklich abwegig. Aber jetzt steht unser schönes Abzeichen. Also, oh Gott, wie heißt das nochmal? Unsere Anwaltsmarke auf dem Spiel. With those prints as ever the size of evidence, I'll have to rethink my logic from step one. But there are still many unexplained things. Why would Mr. Knightley be carrying a chisel? It could be used for many things. Perhaps even prison escapes. Well then, how did he carry it into the prison? The prisoners aren't even allowed cutlery. Right, Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth! Even if your reasoning is off at first, you shouldn't let that confuse you. The most important thing is to arrive at the truth. Isn't that right? It doesn't matter how you get there. The end result is to save Simon. We have to do everything we can for his sake. Well said, Kay. Nice one, Kay. I really want to scout you for the law firm now. Remember when Uncle Ray said a defense attorney never gives up? Miles, do you understand the true meaning behind those words? The true meaning of those words? Defense attorneys carry the fate of their client on their shoulders. You are the only person your client can rely on. Just like Mr. Keys, we're the only ones who can save him now. We are linked by fate to our clients. That is why we must never give up. There's no way Uncle Ray can go against that teachings of Gregory. So, what will you do? Currently, I am a defense attorney's assistant. No, an assistant at my father's firm. I have made a commitment to this case. Therefore, if I don't save my client, I cannot say I've achieved it. I will abide by this. To save Simon Keys, no matter how many times my logic fails, I will always find another possibility. Okay, you're finally back! Well then, let's search for that other possibility. To start with, do you think there was a way Mr. Knightley could brought the chisel into the prison? The method Knightley used to bring the chisel into the prison was... Ja, wie wär's mit dem Schachbrett? Normally, metal objects can't be brought into the detention center or the prison. They'd just be caught by the security gate. However, there's one way to avoid this, and that is if they're sent in a package to the detention center. That gate is only used on people. In other words, packages sent to the detention center undergo a simpler check. So they don't use a metal detector for that. This never should have happened. It seems the guards were too careless. Knowing this, Knightley asked Simon to send him a package. Namely, a chessboard containing the chisel. Well, this has solved one of our problems. The fact that the chisel was not Mr. Dogan's but Mr. Knightley's. Na gut. Given this, one major issue remains. The security camera shows a dog attacking the victim. As long as that exists, I will maintain that Dogan is the killer. But Dogan never touched the murder weapon. I'm stumped. We also desire a conclusion to this matter. Mr. Edgeworth, we can use one of my secret weapons, sir. Secret weapon number 4, the video analyzing machine. Mr. Analyze. What's with that ridiculous name? I named it myself, sir. This will let us analyze video footage in detail. Go ahead. You'll soon see I'm not lying. I don't know what will come out of this, but all we can do now is investigate. Mr. Edgeworth, do you know how to use Mr. Analyze? A video analyze machine. Should I hear how to use it? Naja, komm, die Mechaniken können wir uns ja erklären lassen. Detective Gumshoe, could you show me how to use it? Of course, sir! Fundamentally, it's the same as investigating a crime scene. You just examine anything that piques your curiosity. To examine, I just press the X button. Now I'd like you to look at the buttons below the monitor. The left and right buttons will rewind and fast forward respectively. And the center button lets you pause the video. Let's make good use of this advance our investigation, sir. To rewind and fast forward, I use the Y and A button. And to pause, I use the B button. While paused, you can go to the previous frame or the next frame. You just use the same left and right buttons as before, sir. Next, I'll explain how to zoom in. Just point the cursor at the area you want to zoom in on and press the button on the upper left to Mr. Analyze. The one that says Zoom Plus. It seems I can only use L button to zoom in. And after you've zoomed in, you can examine it just like you would the original image. Use the previous frame and next frame buttons to examine frame by frame. But you can't actually play back the video in this mode, so keep that in mind. And what should I do if I want to zoom out? Just press the top left button on Mr. Analyze again, sir. Now, it should say zoom 0, zoom minus. And that concludes the explanation, sir. Well then, let's turn on Mr. Analyze. Use Mr. Analyze to examine any suspicious part of the video, sir. This is the video from the detention center's camera. I believe this was the moment when Knightley was being attacked by the dog. If that wasn't the case, then what does it show? Is the person in this video really Knightley? And what is the true form of the black silhouette attacking this person? I should check the video and try to find the answers to these two questions. Okay. Dann wollen wir mal hoffen, dass das gut geht. Erstmal noch erschrecken. Alter. There could be unexpected things in unexpected places, so be sure to check every nook and cranny of the video, sir. What part of the video is strange? Okay, dann wollen wir mal. Ah, das wird dann immer wieder so gespult. Huch! Kann ich mal eben zoomen? Da ist nicht wirklich viel da. Nicht wirklich viel Spielraum. Och, wie süß! Es würde aussehen, als würde er hacken wollen. Okay. Okay. Ah, jetzt kann man auch hier das Tier sich angucken. Und es sieht echt nicht, nun wirklich nicht aus wie Dogans Haustierchen. This is... I fear we have made a grave miscalculation. This animal, this silhouette, no matter how you look at it, it is not a dog. This animal is... Ja, ein kleiner Bär. From the silhouette, I'd say the animal is not a dog, but a bear. So then in that photo I took... Those footprints must have belonged to this bear. Yes. Na dann. Dann sind das Bärentatzen gewesen. Süß. Did you say a bear? Yes, that man in the first to come to mind. Now that we know this black shadow isn't a dog but a bear, there's a good possibility that the man being attacked is not knightly. Whatever can show that this man isn't knightly. Should be somewhere in the video, wouldn't it, sir? Since his fate is not visible, it would be difficult to get direct confirmation. However, perhaps there's something indirectly reflected. Something reflected? Hey, isn't there a mirror in the cell, sir? Indeed, that could be worth examining. Okay. Na gut, dann wollen wir noch mal. Ja Mist. Ah, so kann ich schön spulen. Lässt sich hier vielleicht irgendwie was sehen? Ah, das ist schon zu weit. Aber man kann eben auf den Spiegel gucken. Okay, hier ist nichts. Moment. Ist das... Einen Moment mal. Das ist doch... Wenn ich richtig gucke... A reflection of this person can be seen in this mirror. Is that a cap on his head? Actually, it looks kind of like the cap the prison guards wear, sir. You don't think it was a guard who was attacked? Scheint mir ja so. Erstaunlich. Have you received a report of any guards being attacked by an animal? No, not that I've heard, sir. Then it was someone else wearing a guard's uniform. I see. I have evidence that shows that this cap is. It is... Ach ja, es wurde ja eine Uniform gestohlen. There was no report of a guard being attacked by an animal. However, we did hear that a guard's uniform was stolen. Putting two and two together, I'd say this was a disguise. For the purpose of a prison escape. Disguised as a guard? That sounds like it could have been successful, sir. Huh? Speaking of prison escapes. . Indeed, that person certainly was successful. We were all under the impression that the person in this video was Knightley. But it's his cell after all. Why would it be anyone else? That line of logic no longer holds. Remember the tunnel under his bed. It's possible whoever used this tunnel is in the one in this video. It seems it is time to answer that question. Just who is the person in this video? The person in this video is... Naja, es bleibt keine andere Auswahl als hier der gute Albert. The person wearing the god's uniform is the escaped prisoner, J. Albert. The probability is extremely high. His pet is a polar bear cub. But the bear here is black! We have evidence that can explain this matter. The reason the polar bear became black is... Ja, dieses Modpack von Sowit. Ich sagte es doch! Think back to Frank Sowit's testimony. That's the rubber glove I dropped. Where did the mud on this glove come from? Ah, that's the mud from my mud packs. At the time I was practicing applying my mud packs. Could you tell me when it took place on the day of the incident? Since the animal show had started, I'd say it was around 9 AM. The mud packs turned the animals' bodies pitch black, and my heart was pure white. I was totally engrossed with covering the animals in mud. During the animal show, Mr. Sowit was applying mud packs to the animals. So then, among those animals was this polar bear? Yes. Prosecutor Edgeworth, there's a huge contradiction in your argument. The security camera footage. Judge Courtney, you are quite right. Sowit used the mud packs during the animal show. Knowing this, a new contradiction in the video comes to light. A new contradiction? Kay, do you know when this footage was taken? It was after the mud packs were used. That would put it at around 9 AM. In that case, you should notice something strange about this video. Huh? What's strange about it? The strange thing that contradicts the time this video was taken is... Lass doch mal eben gucken. Ach, hier, allgemein die Zeit. The time Sowit covered the polar bear in mud was around 9 AM, which means this video should also have been taken at 9 AM. However, the timestamp reads 6 AM. On that day, the prisoners went to the courtyard to watch the animal show. At this time, only 3 people remained behind. Dogan in the special cell, Sowit in a workroom applying his mud packs, and the one who puts his escape plan in motion at that moment, J. Albert. Albert left the polar bear in Sowit's care and entered the secret tunnel. Ach süß! However, the bear escaped from Sowit and followed after its owner. And just as he was chasing after the escaped bear, Sowit happened to witness the dog pulling the murder weapon out of the body. If Sowit's testimony is correct, this video must have been taken at around 9 AM. However, the timestamp is off by 3 hours. Why would the timestamp be off like that? Detective Gumshoe, I'd like you to examine the security camera. Okay. Was wird's geben? Sorry to keep you waiting, sir. I asked all the guards and... It seems the camera's power was cut off for a moment, throwing off the timestamp. What? The camera is an old model, so if it loses power, the clock stops as well. In that case, this means the camera's power was cut off 3 hours. Für 3 Stunden war der Strom also weg. Und dadurch ist dann diese Zeitverschiebung entstanden. While I'm at it, I've got some more information for you, sir. You heard that Knightley denied stealing the key, right? It seems nobody would believe the words of a criminal, but... Knightley testified I was knocked out too. That may not necessarily be a lie. My, there you all are. Hi. Making progress in your investigation. Can I be of any help? Actually, Warden Roland, there's something we must report to you. The escaped prisoner, J. Albert, is most likely still inside the prison. He has disguised himself here. Here's the proof. The person visible in this security video is Albert. So, perhaps he's still in this very building. Come to think of it, didn't Mr. Albert have a bracelet like the other prisoners? The bracelet would have been concealed under the uniform sleeves. Moreover, the prison's main gate does not have a sensor to detect bracelets. All he would have to do is avoid any doors with sensors inside the prison. That's right. So, if he didn't enter the cells or the workrooms... Could one of you guys be J. Albert? Ah! Rocky! No! So stop it! What are you doing? It would seem that Rocky has answered that question for us. No! Rocky, this is all your fault! The little guy loves you so much, it's inviolable. Right then, seize him at once. Wait, there's something we must hear from this prisoner. It's necessary if we are to find the truth. I'd like permission to interrogate him. Understood. What do you want of me? What do you want from me? Albert's escape route is linked to Knightley's cell, so it's highly likely he knows something about the crime. I'd like to ask you about the day the body was found. Ja, da ist er wieder in Boxstellung. Bereit zum Kampf. Dieser Mann. Will er wieder schlagen. Na gut, ich höre mal lieber auf damit. Und beende auch den Part gleichzeitig. Egal ob positiv oder negativ, Bewertung immer gern gesehen. Das war's mal. Also wir sehen uns das nächste Mal wieder. Sehr guys.